Welcome to Chimeraland. What the fuck is that unholy abominable character? In this tutorial video, I will show you the basics of combat equipment and the movement that comes with it. Please excuse the poor quality, at least it's better than my poor vision. I always accidentally bump into breath. Weapons, armor, and other equipment will always come in different colored backgrounds. These colors decide how powerful and durable they are in general. You can craft your own weapons from the workstation called Forge. Most, if not all, weapons need to be crafted from weapon plans you obtain. Your equipment will always have randomized attributes attached to them. The more attributes you have on your equipment, the more it adds to your overall performance in battle. My dumbass 5 in the morning as brain forgot to explain the reforge system in this tutorial, but I can just put that in a later video for advanced equipment tips and tricks. Now let's try crafting a weapon from the forge. To craft a weapon, you will need a weapon plan first and foremost, which I will show where you can get it later in this tutorial. After that, you need the required materials to craft them, shown on the left side of your screen. Looking at the desired weapon, you will see it suckers doodoo bulls. But each time you craft an equipment, it randomly gives you item attributes as explained before. The higher color grade the equipment is, the more attributes you will get afterwards. What in the name of my 6-member family pack Big Mac wielding American god is this horrible gun? This isn't fit to be used in the land of the free. Let's craft another weapon to show what I mean with the randomized attributes. This will do just fine. I'm sorry I don't have the PC to run this game smoothly. I don't have a GTX RTX or your dad's X. Oh, it's done. Now let's take a look. As you can see, even item attributes are associated with color grades. This one has a higher than average attack attribute. Now I will show you the importance of refining. Refining equipment is the sacrificing of your unwanted equipment to make a better one, so let's put in the weapons we made earlier. Refining requires you to put in equipment that accumulates the value needed for a single refine. The higher level of refining you are using, the more points are needed. The higher grade equipment you put in, the more points it gives. It also requires a specific type of element you need to meet that requirement as well. It is found on the right side. Oh look, I got an iron PP. I swear it is not a sus weapon. Let's try again to see what we'll get. I'll put my PP in there. I got a good sword, guys. I swear this wasn't a scripted joke. For every refining you do, you will fill up the yellow-orange dots above. Once it's full, you will see everything turns into the new black. You will see the interface turn orange. When the refiner is like this, there's a guaranteed chance you will get a higher color grade weapon than what your level of refiner produces. In this case, it will produce a purple weapon. An impure tranquil fan, perfect for a fabulous flamboyant fighter. Next, we will be making armor. To craft armor, go to your loom. From here, it's the same process as making a weapon. Use an armor plan along with the required materials to craft. I know I was supposed to explain this before the refiner, but it was a really good idea at the time, like any 5 in the morning ideas are most of the time. You can also buy equipment from other players by going to the auction house. Let's see if these stupid fucks sell anything good today. You'll see what equipment are available in the game and if there are players selling them. Let's see if there are any better swords than my good sword. I personally doubt it. Wink wink, nudge nudge, or woo gah. If you think people would buy an impure sword for 100 rubies, you were probably dropped as a child and then got accidentally punted by a nurse who got back from a smoke break outside at the hospital. Now I will show you where to get equipment and equipment plans. Follow me and you will see a world of imagination. Imagine you didn't see that just popped into reality. If you actually played the game and not just came here to play Spore to Electric Boogaloo, you'd know what these totems are. You touch them and they will spawn enemies. Once you finish off the enemies, you will be given a coffin with goodies in it. For legal reasons, they call it loot boxes. This particular one is a hunting totem. They will reward you armor pieces and armor-related plans. Let's try getting one. I got a green grade helmet, but this is only from a random drop. There we go. What are the contents of this desecrated grave to be ripe for the taking? What the fuck? I raised my level up to 48 for this year, and there you have it. We got ourselves an armor plan. This one is a battle totem. Once you complete it, you will be awarded a weapon or a weapon plan. I forgot to mention this, but the higher level you are, the better reward you will be awarded. What the fuck? These frays can jump through space and time. Fucking finally. Stop giving me this iron hard PP. My inventory isn't going to fit all of them. This is an advanced battle totem. You can use a special stone called the Battle Trial Stone to make it harder, thus yielding better rewards. Well shit. This is an advanced hunting totem. You can use a special stone called the Hunting Trial Stone to make it harder, thus yielding better rewards. I hate these flying fucks. That thing looks like it is from a Dark Souls game. It should be named the Wing Swarm. Beetle fly meat. I hope eating this doesn't lead to a world pandemic. Oh wow, good mask. The only thing this mask is good for is to jumpstart a 1987 Eastern comic book that has a very mid-third act and possibly set the second part in Egypt to fight a petty vampire with daddy issues. Welcome to the second part of this tutorial. I will teach you how movement affects the type of weapons you hold. Just like in real life, holding a baker's toilet door to a fight will weigh you down. Here's how someone at an anime convention thinks how they look like they're walking. Why do we even hold the sword if it was already holstered on our hip? This game is wild in sometimes. Holding a melee weapon when pressing the run button will make you dash to whatever position you are walking to, and then you will start running. Dashing will use up your stamina, so it is wise to invest in a lot of it. When you are not running to your death, disappointing your team, trying to impress them by charging ad like a dumbass, pressing the run button while holding a melee weapon will make you backstep like an anime protagonist instead, especially useful in a very tight melee battle with legends or players that think For Honor is applicable to this game where rocket launchers exist to bring into a sword fight. Unfortunately for cards like us who uses range, you cannot dash while holding a special weapon like this fan right here or any crossbows and guns alike. Every weapon types have different actions. When used while jumping for melee, it's really straightforward. You do jumping basic attacks that may or may not make you feel like you are contributing much at all when fighting something giant to make yourself look cool, but instead dropping your DPS to numbers comparable to my last mouth exam back in 2015. Special weapons have varying attacks while jumping. Most of them are an unlisted skill that you can use. Some are better than others, I'm afraid. Ranged weapons do the exact same thing while jumping. It does make the game feel like Fortnite except with much shittier aim due to the lack of actual programming. Instead of tricking someone that 5 Chimeraland beast hides and 5 rolls spurge is the equivalent to 700 rubies long now. Pressing the run button while in the air does nothing when using melee or special weapons. However, you can actually dash midair while holding a crossbow or a gun. I actually lied earlier lol now. Last but not least, I will be explaining how weapon ability works. Most weapon abilities are available to your weapon only when you get a certain color grade. Green grade weapons usually will only have one ability available, while blue gives you almost all of them right away with some exceptions. These only apply to melee weapons and special weapons. You can read a detailed explanation of your weapon abilities when going into your inventory, then clicking on your weapon and scroll a bit down below the attributes. Since you do not have a fixed class system in the game, weapon abilities are the only way to switch around your combat style. Fortunately, the system is not as stagnant as you would believe due to the existence of runes. Runes are skills or abilities that can be put into your weapon. A lot of these runes come from weapons themselves, like this rendezvous rune that is from a twin blade, or is it a blood edge, man? I don't fucking remember. No one bothered to remember for me on Discord either. I will show you how to put runes on a weapon. For this tutorial, I will be giving it to my impure sword, wink wink, nudge nudge, or wooka. You also need to click on the Inspirit option on your weapon to start. Clicking on Inspirit will open up this menu. Here you will be able to select a weapon on your hotkey bar or from your inventory. On the right side, you can see the abilities that are already on your selected weapon on the description for them. As you can see, you could only fit 3 abilities at a time. The last ability slot is empty here, so let's put the rendezvous rune. If I can just find it here in this list. My last 2 brain cells at this time skipped over the part where some runes can only be inspirited on specific weapons that are available in their wall of orange text from earlier. I guess we'll just have to put in Moonwave. It doesn't sound so bad now that I read it. Nothing personal, kid looking as ability. Let's test this baby out and see if all that embarrassment was worth it. Well, I can't believe it. I can feel the need to buy a fedora and grow a neck beard on my triple chin alongside my $40 katana I'm going to buy from Walmart. Let's test it on an actual enemy. Here's an oversized crustacean who seems like it's going to start a capitalist fast food chain under the sea with a sea sponge as an employee. That cheapskate didn't stand a chance. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you learned a lot today, but at the same time you probably unlearned some cognitive functions after watching in this terrible resolution. Okay, bye now, lol, now, milfo, bow wow, wow, big titty, goth, GF, or be if I don't judge.